Wait, you got one more.
One more. Thank you, sir.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
You're a good jumper. Did you know that? Yep.
Say thank you. A tough trash bag. Nope, sure can't. So I've mentioned before on the channel that I mix up my own pig feed, and I've had comments before asking me, well, does it actually save you any money? Well, today we're gonna find out. I've done this math before, but today we're gonna make sure we get it exactly right. First thing we're gonna do is get a weight on how much corn this is. Gross weight is 440 pounds. And now we want to weigh this empty barrel with the rod in it so we can get the actual weight of the corn. 22 pounds. So to make it easy, we'll just round it to the nearest tenth and call it 420 pounds of corn, which is actually more than I thought. I thought that was only 330 in there. That's really good. First of all, let's check out what's in the pig feed. In one batch of pig feed, there's 50 pounds of pulverized, basically corn. It's basically grits. There's 12 pounds of soybean meal, and there's 1 pound, 10 ounces of mineral. Now, I've found all kinds of receipts and done all kinds of envelope math, but let's just cut to the chase. Here's all of my math that nobody's going to be able to understand, but the bottom line is I can make this stuff for $13.09 per batch. Each batch weighs 63.63 pounds. That ends up being, if you round it up, 21 cents per pound, which comes out to $10.50 for a 50-pound sack. I asked what the price was at the farm store this morning for pre-made pig food. They've got a 16% protein and they sell it for $15.75 per 50-pound sack. That comes out to a $5.25 savings off of a store-bought sack of feed, which is 33%. So I'm saving about a third, and they like it. Now granted, this only really works as long as you've got a corn grinder like this. If you don't have a corn grinder and you decide to feed them whole kernel corn, you're probably going to lose about 10% nutrition that way. So a corn grinder is really kind of the key to making this work. These are those barrels that I picked up yesterday. Check out what was in them. They're pickle barrels, and they absolutely stink of pickles. It's like a false bottom or something. I'm gonna add some diluted bleach in here to sterilize it and clean it up a little more. So these barrels, one of them is destined to become an extra drinker for the pigs, and the other one is destined to become an extra feeder for the pigs, like an automatic feeder. And I'll show you why I chose these. These particular barrels have got an open lid with a top and a screw-on ring, so I think this will be just right for being able to open them up and put food in. Plus, those pickle barrels were the only food grade barrels that the farm store had. The rest of them had like chemicals and junk in them. My big slinger is at my dad's house, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to make do with this right now. It may take a few passes. Of course, I can't plant food plots without my drone equipment. I'm gonna take this bucket off because when there's extra weight up front, these arms and everything tend to bounce a lot. And I really don't like it. I feel like that adds a whole lot of wear and tear very quickly. This is pretty decent timing on these food plots because this was a whole bunch of red clover out here in this particular field, and the bees have been just going to town on it, and it's pretty much played out at this point. So the bees have really gotten all they're going to get out of it, and now we're going to plant it for the deer. I just found this shed in the field here. That's a tire killer. Glad I saw it. I'm gonna be putting I'm gonna be putting 3 different seed mixes on this plot out here in different places. The first one, and this is all from our friends at Real World Wildlife Products. The first one is their Upland Wildlife or Upland Game Blend. This is a mixture of soybeans, sunflowers, sorghum, and millet, and I think that's it. And this is basically going to be to make a barrier around this field so that the deer really feel more safe coming into the field. This is what it looks like. Second thing that's going into this field is, this bag's got a hole in it unfortunately. Second thing that's going into this field is a clover and chicory mix. This is several different kinds of clover, ladino clover, white clover, chicory, and I guess that's pretty much it. But this is going kind of in the middle of the field in front of the deer stand to add some variety out into the field. And this is what that mix looks like. The third thing that's going out here is a product called Soil Charge. This has got Calypso winter barley, Austrian winter peas, red clover, and rape in it. And basically this is to boost the nitrogen level in the dirt and to build a whole lot of organic matter. That's why they call it soil charge. It's for soil building purposes, and the deer will also enjoy eating it too. And here's what that looks like. I just got the last field done as well, and I didn't film it because I'm trying to get this done so we can move on to the pig feeder, and plus y'all kind of get the picture anyway. This field right here is about 1/3 of an acre, and this is actually the field that I find arrowheads in every now and then, which is pretty cool. But I planted this in the soil charge stuff. Now I'm gonna go get the Jeep and see if I can drag all this stuff in to get just a little bit of dirt on top of it. I'm gonna try to use this cattle panel. It's like 16 feet wide, so I'm gonna drag it long ways to the plots and then turn it and drag it across the plot. We'll see. Well, that worked out pretty good. The two main plots around here are in. Only thing it needs now is some rain.
There you go. Need some help, probably.
Yeah, let's see.
Ouch. Now, I'm really not sure how to go about this part. Not nearly as bad as I thought. Wow. Just something kind of interesting. My aunt gave me this tire with the rim on it years ago because it had a beehive in it. It was propped up against a tree in her yard, I guess, and it had some honeybees had come in and made it their home. And there's some remnants of the comb there. I think this is going to work with some modifications here. I'm thinking that this is going to work. Basically what I'm going to do is knock holes in the bottom down here for the grain to flow out of, and they'll be able to stick their heads in here. You're supposed to use like a big truck tire, an 18-wheeler tire. We attempted to get one of those, but it wasn't coming off. I'm going to take my grinder right now and grind this down because there are some pretty sharp spots where this steel belt is kind of frayed. Oh, goodness. I'm actually planning on moving these pigs to a new paddock tomorrow, but I don't feel like I can end this video without seeing if this actually works or not. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Thank you.
I just remembered the instructions on this said you're supposed to put a concrete block in the bottom of that barrel so they won't knock it over, like they're currently doing. For now, I'm just going to put the food in there because I'm going to move this whole paddock tomorrow. There's a plug in this tire where there was a nail hole. This one's trying to eat the plug. So it does work. I still think it would be beneficial if they had more room, if that tire was wider. But they're eating it. I guess time will tell once they get a little bit bigger, if their heads can fit in there again. They're kind of having to approach it from the side. I don't know, time will tell, I guess, but it's working. I mean, it's dispensing food like it's supposed to. And of course, the big flaw in this plan, of course, is it's not waterproof. So I'm planning on probably putting like a sheet of roofing tin or something on top of the barrel with a block or something holding that down. I think that'll help at least. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Lots going on in this video, and hopefully the next video we'll move this paddock and get them into some fresh pasture, probably down there kind of in the woods, so that they can start clearing that junk out for me. And that's kind of their favorite spot down there. So this down here is kind of a lower spot in the field, and what they like to do is they like to come over here and root right up against this fence right here. So next time what I'm going to do is put this fencing out and put a single strand of hot wire a little bit in from the fencing right there. Not even electrified this next time. We'll just electrify that single strand. I'm a little bit concerned about that one. That's Sue. That's our possible breeder right there. And she kind of, when it gets warmer in the evening, she just lays around in the shade. So my guess is that they probably need some more water for their waller out there. That one's trying to find a cool spot to lay down. I think they're all just a little bit too warm. That's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all on the next one.